AyoGG, welcome to a brand new episode of the AyoGG podcast. In the special edition for Queendom Puzzle, today we're going to talk about episode number 8 of Queendom Puzzle. We're going to talk about the episode that will probably go down in history as the most time-wasting one in all of Mnet Show history. I'd say an episode with little to no new content and a broadcasting station named Mnet that obviously did not give a fuck about it. So in short, I dare say the worst episode of an Mnet show ever. Or is it? That's exactly what we're going to discuss today, among other things, like the few actually new scenes that we got of the episode. For example, from the dance battles, there were some new things, and the at times even shocking current interim results. And with we, I mean, as always, not only myself, but my friend Payne is also here. Welcome again to the podcast.
Hello!
So, yeah, I introduce the episode as the most disappointing one ever, maybe even the worst one of all Mnet shows ever. What do you think about that bold statement that I was just putting out there?
Like, that's definitely a fact in my opinion. Like, this was the worst episode I've ever seen. Like, you could have done so many things and so many lame things, and as you kind of said it before, and why we watched it, even that Mnet could kind of surprise us once more. I don't know, like how such an useless episode you can produce and bring out.
You know, the thing that makes me like the angriest about this episode is that we know that Mnet can do better. Like, we have seen filler episodes in the past. They have had filler episodes in every show of Mnet so far, but every time they manage to make it at least entertaining. You know, with that's exactly what I was kind of talking about in the last episode, where I was where we learned that it's going to be a special episode, where I said, like, okay, maybe it's going to be another retreat episode where they're going out, have barbecue, and play little mini games and stuff like this. You know, stuff that we know from Mnet. But Mnet didn't even want to do that. They decided to give us 1 hour and 50 minutes of pure time waste with giving us content that we already know. Sometimes, like at times even, we got the same scenes double in this episode. Once in the earlier stage of the episode, and then in the last part of the episode again, which is like completely, like, I didn't understand it at all. And I would really like to know, guys, if you are listening to this podcast right now, are we too sensitive about this? Because I thought about it. Maybe the reason why we're so disappointed with it is that we're watching the episode once together. Then I'm watching it alone again to write a script. Then we're talking 2 hours per episode about that shit. So we have like more or less 14 hours of podcast content already produced for Queendom Puzzle. Maybe that is the reason why we are so extremely annoyed by the fact that we got to see this for the 4th and 5th time, these scenes that we've already known. So I would really like to know if people who just watch it like casually thought of this episode as something that was worth putting on TV. Because for me, it was for me, even just to skip an episode would have been better than this, because I get the reason why they did it. I get that the girls and Mnet need time to prepare for the semi-finale. I get that. But it would have been better to just skip this episode at all and just like play something completely different there than release this episode with basically nothing. Because what happened? Well, we got all of the girls. By the way, all of the girls. The eliminations didn't happen yet. We got all of them, And they split up into 4 teams, and they had to run through the CGNM building and, yeah, search 4 rooms, 4 editing rooms, in which they then should, sit down and watch the all-rounder battles again. Because, that's what happened. They ran through the building, which was at times mildly entertaining, I would say. At other times, it was just, But one after another, they managed to find those rooms. Then they sat on a PC with ominous files on there, and they started to watch the performances again. The all-rounder battle performances, and basically made a reaction. Like, we got a reaction for all all-rounder performances from the girls. Now the problem is, it's a personal problem for me, I know that. And it may sound especially strange if I say it, if you look at my channel, but I'm no fan of reactions. I don't like watching reactions. I love producing them, and I'm happy if people enjoy my reactions, but I really don't like watching reactions at all. So I never do it. And when I do, like when there are idols who make reactions and I say, okay, let's watch it, let's see what they have to say to the MV, I'm in 95% of the cases, I'm vastly disappointed, because what they do, and this is exactly what we got here again, they were sitting there and were saying like, oh my god, oh, that's so cool, oh, you're so beautiful, wow, that's cool, wow, look at that. I can do that too. I have zero insight into anything they're doing there. I don't have their skills. I don't have the bonds they have with each other, and still I can give the exact same reactions they have given there. And this is just boring. Like, when I see idols do reactions to music videos or stages or something like this, what I want is that they give me something that I can't give myself, you know? I want that they give us like behind the scenes info, so that they tell us how they felt in that moment, what went through their head during the preparation of this, and so on and so on. Stuff that we can't know. That's what I want from reactions like this. But them just sitting there saying how cool everything is and how beautiful everyone is. Yes, it is true. Like, they're not lying while saying that, but this is just so boring as a reaction for me personally. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, so my approach to reactions is a bit different. I'm such a huge fan of reactions overall. But for this, it's a bit strange. It's a bit strange. Like, even I would compare it like that if we are sitting here and doing reactions and we like watching an MV for the first time or something, and we are like talking about them, how beautiful they are, and whatsoever. I can kind of see this. We are doing this as well, but we have to see if they are doing this. Like, they are not seeing it for the first time. They know how they looked. They know how beautiful the other were, and they even said this to each other for the 5th time overall. So I don't know why their commentary would be in such a situation. Oh, how beautiful, because that's like maybe an initial reaction if you see something for the first time, because you just want to mention it, obviously. But they did not really see it for the first time because they were actually like participating at the stage. And so that was really like an unnecessary commentary through the reaction, in my opinion. And that's something where I'm like, wow, okay, I just don't need it, because I'm a fan like of reactions where I get like first like the opinion, what the people think about the stuff they are seeing. Like, that's like my main reason for watching reactions. And to see their like blind reactions or something, maybe in some cases. But for all those things, it's not really the case. So like, I don't really like the reactions where like someone is just sitting there, like watching an MV 4 minutes or something, and just talking nothing about it or something. Maybe not just seeing it for the first time or something. So I want like, at least I want some expression to see like what what is what are the people thinking that are watching this? And I felt like this was like not really a thing in this episode. Like as you said, like just say sitting there and say, "Oh, how beautiful" and stuff. It's like not really some bonus stuff. And even like we got, I guess there was like one time where we got a bit background information like from Suyeon with like her family and stuff. That was like a once in a time moment, but I don't know, couldn't we have filled it with more like this? Or like they had even like saying something like, what did they like of the performance, or what did they not like about some performance? I mean, we are not going to take negative about it, so I'm very sure about it that Mnet won't like cut this in. But at least like tell us what exactly maybe you like, and not just like those typical quotes like, "Oh, how beautiful," "Oh, I like." I don't know. This was so cool.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem
Like,
there,
why?
because this is exactly what I mean when I say that I can do that too. Because I don't know shit about singing and dancing and whatsoever. So if these girls, the professionals, see something and really think of it as cool, tell me why. Tell me what exactly about it. Like, what part of the execution maybe? The facial expressions. Why is that facial expression that she is done right there, especially exceptional? Or something like this. Why is the way she was singing there, the way she was switching the tones, the way she delivered the emotions in certain parts, why was this especially impressive? Because they have the knowledge about this stuff. I don't, and I would love to hear that. Sitting there and say, "Wow, that sounds amazing," I can do that. I don't need professionals to tell me that. And this is the biggest problem I have. If they would just like put random fans there for the reactions, I would be like, okay, I don't expect anything. This is what I expect. What I would get. But if I get the girls professionals there, I would like to get something actual out of it, something that I can't get from every random reactioner on YouTube. And honestly, most of the reactions that I have seen, that I didn't really enjoy, but that I have seen, were still or had often more substance than this. And this is just sad. I don't want this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm going with just like there are many like reactions like kind of in that direction, but like I don't know. This is not maybe. Of course, maybe it's like if you are like brought into the situation, like for the girls especially, if they are not really like into this and don't really want to do this, but Mnet is kind of dragging them to do this. At the end, it's Mnet's fault. I mean, right? So, because
definitely is Mnet's fault. I mean, Mnet gave zero effort for this episode, so yeah, it's definitely Mnet's fault. Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, we don't really have like the reaction content creator there sitting, right? Who like wants to show something or want to talk about specific things. But yeah, that's so like the way how it's ended to be in this episode is just bad, and Mnet should have known this. And yeah, I don't know. Was just a bad decision to bring out content like that, in my opinion.
Yeah, but one thing that I do have to say is, yes, they are no, I don't even want to say the word professional reactor, honestly, but they don't, there are no people who have reaction channels and do that on a daily basis. But
yeah,
it is just nowadays in K-pop like that everyone is doing reactions to their own MVs. And
yeah,
I'm still waiting for the day until they finally start to make good reactions. I mean, they learn. They do reactions from time to time now, so I feel like at some point in time, the understanding of them should start to get better. Even though, here I once again have to say, maybe it's just, once again, me. Because I feel like, when I go through comments on reaction videos, you don't see criticism like this. Like, the girls, like, they never get told this stuff like this, and maybe that's the reason why, yeah, okay, the people like it when we do this. We get all the praise, so that's the right thing. And I don't even want to say that it's not the right thing. Maybe it's just me that has a wrong understanding of what reactions should be. Maybe. But I can only talk about myself in this moment. And for me, these reaction parts were just unsatisfying because I see the potential that is behind this. The potential that for informations that we could get out of reactions like these, and we didn't get it. So yeah.
And there are always background informations you can give, even if they are not like that, like amazing. Just something. Let's just give us like some snippets about like maybe what did they think or something. And yeah, I mean, of course, there's more to it. What Mnet showed us, the episode could have been, and what it was at the end. But that's a future thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well. Okay. That happened. Guys, as I said, let us know your opinions about this in the comments below. Now, the next thing that we got to see was actually the one new piece of content that was part of this episode. We went back to the dance battle. And I don't mean the dance battles where they were performing Glow Up and Web and so on. No, I mean the dance battles where they decided on which group would be allowed to choose which of the dance battle songs they're going to take. Because it looked like Mnet still had a bit of content left from that part. And the first thing we saw was, once again, Bora. But more. More of Bora going completely wild. Like, if you just watched the regular episode, you would already believe that Bora was going completely berserk there. But with the new content that we got, we realized that we didn't even saw half of what Bora had done. She completely escalated, especially when Faye was up. Faye went into a pretty like sexy dance style there, and Bora felt challenged and completely started to I would say to destroy her. Like, Bora didn't accept the smooth, sexy dance styles that Faye did there. She countered with powerful, silly, in-your-face moves. And she completely stole the show, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. That was hilarious. Like, literally, it was like it got even weirder with every like move she did, and like it was literally, I don't know, I'm pretty crazy, but Jesus, she was going to such an extent. I don't know if if I would have had the balls in that situation to go that much. Like, it's like she got not even, I don't know, like she got back from her first stage kinda, and it was like, I don't know, in those situations you could think like, okay, she thinks about what she just did and just wants to be erased maybe or something. But no, she was still in the mood to like get even more of this, and like this was so insane. Like,
or at least think, okay, I did what I had to do, I'm done, now it's the turn of the others, but no.
Exactly. No. And I don't know, one quote was very nice. Buddha is the genre. I guess that fits very well for this.
Yeah, definitely. Like, this definitely was a dance genre for itself. That was highly impressive and super entertaining. So thank you, Bora. Also, thank you, Bora was probably what Yuki thought. When she was standing there trying to sneak away, and Bora was suddenly approaching and like, nope, now it's your turn. She was pushing her, basically throwing Yuki out on the stage, and yeah, Yuki she didn't want to, but she had to go with the flow. She started, I don't know what kind of dance she then did. Suddenly, it wasn't twerking. It was like it was a fast pace, like rapid fire twerk that she said that she's Sunday. They've never seen that before. And then it kind of switched into a more hip hop breakdancey style. Disappeared just as fast as she appeared. That was really cute, honestly.
Yeah, for real. That was super adorable.
And last but not least, we got, and that was a surprise, Sharon. Sharon actually danced at those dance battles, and damn did she dance! Like, Sharon was wild. She went into sexy mode and even took the time to appeal to potential ad people that could book her for ads of this. I don't know what is, some type of tea or whatever they had there to drink. That was really nice. It was smart of her. It was super well executed. She looked her hair was wild when she was dancing. It was a perfect look. It really, really, really matched well with the entire performance of her. And I dare say, Mnet, if you would have put that into like where the dance battles actually happened, she maybe she wouldn't have get kicked out. I feel like she would have stolen a lot of hearts with this one. She was really good.
I'm very on that as well. Like, this is something where I don't know, Mnet kinda, in my opinion, cuts themselves again. where you like see that Mnet maybe has favorites, and is just using like clips for favorites and stuff. I mean, obviously we know that. Obviously, it is like that. Yeah, that's not a secret. Mnet is not really trying to hide it, but to make it like that obvious, and even like after she dropped out and everything, it's such a punch in your face. Like, if I would be Sharon, Jesus Christ, I would be a bit mad at least. I mean, of course, as I said, you know how Mnet works, but I don't know. That's just a poop in your face, kind of.
But it's still a bit.
But overall,
if I feel like it's still a bit strange, because at the end of the day, if I compare this to stuff that we saw in the actual episode, this was just much more entertaining than a lot of the other dances that we have seen. And I'm like, favorites, okay, but you want to be entertaining, and that was freaking entertaining. Like, that was weird. But
yeah, and like, as you guys can hear, we are actually like talking for the first time in this episode very like very good about something, because that was like the moment where we were like getting extra content, and not just that, we got really cool content. And this is something where Mnet showed once again what they could have done with this episode. Like there are so many more, I swear, on everything, like on everything of my rest of the life. I swear there are so many more like clips they could have used for this episode, which like wasn't.
I bet with the K in Zone date, you could have filled an entire episode alone with the content that was left
like
there.
That's as example, and you can't really argue like that's not just all not really good content. It's still 50 times better content than see everything for the 50th time. Like, literally. That's, I don't know, like, Mnet, that just looks like Mnet had no kind of like I don't know, like, just didn't want to work on for this week. Like, that's literally, they were just saying like, okay, you girls are making our episode and we are like giving no effort for this one. And that's trash. Cause I don't know, like, this is their job. Jesus. Just cut from the files you already have and from like the moments you already have. And I'm 100% sure they even have clips that they haven't used. Like, maybe they are like clipping all stuff out of the footage, and then they are searching which can we will like fill 2 hours with. And there are 100% more clips that they not even like need to cut, because they already have them ready. They just need to like put them on another and make something like a highlight clip clips we haven't seen or something. This would have been so much cooler. So much cooler I would have been. And we would have easy get a podcast together, because like 1 hour of new content clips is so much.
Yeah, especially like compared to a bit more than 1 hour with nothing. So yeah. This was like what we just discussed was like the silver lining on the horizon. Like when I saw this, I thought, okay, that's it. Okay, we have the reactions behind us. Now Mnet is starting to show us the goods, the hidden treasures, the stuff that that's new, that's fresh, that we haven't seen before. Cut. ZOA and Jiwoo enter a room with 2 microphones, and we get to see the so-called highlights of everything that has happened in Queendom Puzzle from the very first episode to the most recent one. And I'm shitting you not, nothing new, all the same shit that we have seen already. Some of the shit that we have seen previously in the reactions we saw again now with narration of ZOA and Jiwoo, which were most of the time really uninspired and badly written for them. That was so bad, and I feel and it hurts me for the 2 of them, because I feel like they probably tried their very freaking best, to make the best out of the shit that they got there. But I mean, they can only work with so much, They have to work with what they got, and what they got was nothing. So that was that was even more dragging and boring and annoying than the reactions have been, because this was really no new content, plus fewer members, plus badly written narrations. I don't know. What was that?
Yeah, I mean, like, you could have just cut in one of our like podcasts, and you would have got more informations. I guess even I would dare to say better content. I don't know. Like, this was super lame. Super lame. Yeah. I was so disappointed at this point. And this was like dragging. It was so dragging. And this was like really, this was the worst. And that's obviously not going for Jiwoo and ZOA. I know they are like wanting to promote these 2 even more in the next episode, save even more. It's okay. Wow, nice. But
these 2 have done their best.
So lame. Yeah. And still, it was lame.
You can say anything against it, but I feel like at the end of the day, I would have been probably equally entertained if I would stare at a wall with paint slowly drying. That's like this. And I get like the same amount of fun and new intel out of it than I got from this highlight medley, basically, that we got there. So let's just ditch this, because there's absolutely nothing we can say about it, and instead use the time that we got from Mnet here to talk a bit about our own highlights of Queendom Puzzle, because the show definitely has its ups and downs, but it has a lot of ups. Even if that episode here it doesn't really show it, but there are definitely a lot of things that are worth re-mentioning and to talk about again. So I would say, why don't you start with naming us one of your highlights of the episodes 1 to 7 of Queendom Puzzle?
So like there are like many potentially highlights. I would like just start with something I really want to point out. I'm still such a fan out of like Bad Blood, and I think Bad Blood is such an amazing performance that like still boils up my blood. And like this performance was really something I want to point out because I guess this was like just the best performance for me out of Queendom Puzzle until now.
Okay, out of all of them.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Then I
I'm just throwing it in.
Then I take it and raise it for 2 other performances, Glow Up and Web. Because this is really something I want to stress once again. Because I really can't choose a clear winner between those 3. Because every time when I'm listening to one of the songs, and yes, I'm a huge fan, like the performances, obviously, but the songs alone also are so outstandingly good, and with every time I'm listening to them, the better they get. And every time when I'm listening to Bad, I'm like, okay, you're the best one. Then I switch to Globe, I'm like, nah, you're. And then Web, I'm like, nah, okay, fuck the other 2, it's you. And it's the same shit over and over and over again. And this is something I really respect because Mnet, and this is something I can say about Mnet shows overall, when they create new songs, they are often pretty damn good. Like, Mnet has a hand for creating, or to get people that create good songs, I should probably say. And with those 3, I really feel like Mnet outdid themselves completely. Because I don't know if I would say that they are the best out of like all of Mnet shows ever or something like this, or how I would rank them there. But to have 3 songs of this quality right after another, basically in one show, in one round even, is highly impressive to me still. And as much as I like to throw shades of Mnet when they deserve it, I also want to praise Mnet when they deserve it. And for this, they definitely do. And especially also the girls, of course, that lend their voices to these songs. And without their voices, they wouldn't even be close as good, which I can comfortably say, because when we heard the guide versions of these songs, I disliked all of them, basically, and now I'm a sucker for all of them. So the voices, there it kind of shows again, are so important. They are what fill those songs with life and what give them their character. And holy shit, how amazing of a character these 3 songs have. Do you have anything else you want to highlight out of Queendom Puzzle? Are you still there?
Hello?
Hello, yeah, hello.
Okay, I think my microphone is right now. I will reconnect for a second and you will continue.
Sure, I'll continue. Then let me see. Then let's stay with the performances for now, because I have actually other things besides performances that I want to highlight in Queendom Puzzle. Then I will continue with let's go with this one. If with the performance that I have been anticipating the most from the very first second the lineup was released of Queendom Puzzle, which is the performance of If We Ever Meet Again by K and Boda. Because there I did not only get what I was hoping and longing for so much, but I also got a performance that was executed to a level of perfection that is honestly almost a bit scary. Like, how well the 2 of them have executed this. There is not a single flaw in this entire performance. And the harmony these 2 have created together, just thinking about, like just when I see this image of the 2 of them standing next to each other in their white dresses, and their voices resonate in harmony, I'm getting goosebumps right now just talking about it. So this is really something where I can't stress enough how deeply impressed I have been with this entire performance, and with the vocal slayage that our 2 main vocals of the show have given to us. Are you back?
I'm hopefully back.
You are back. Welcome. I just talked about
I'm
If We Ever
back.
Meet Again by K and Boda.
Okay, I see. Just before I have a little problem that I can't really fix right now, but I guess we can get through this with the podcast. That should
All
be
right.
fine. It's a little delay when I speak, so it's a bit annoying, of course, but it's like 1 second. So, but we will manage this.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we will be able to do this definitely. What do you want to highlight next from the show?
Okay, so I have to take it kind of away of you because I really want to
No.
put it on.
Not allowed. Mm-mm.
No,
Mm-mm.
I really want to put it like on a really high place. Only one is an amazing performance, in my opinion. It stands out because this is like the best performance where it's like about the vocals, but you really put so much into like the performance as well. And this is something I really have thought about it from yesterday to today again, which performances were there in like even other series, let it be Queendom or let it Mnet survival shows and stuff. And I can't really see like a vocal performance being like that much thought out like this as a performance, like literally as a performance. I really love to see like or to watch at the video because the performance is so like dragging you into this, gives you so much more of the song. The song itself is amazing of the of them. And I really love to, or I would really love to listen to this on Spotify, but that's another story. Is it on Spotify? I don't think so, right?
It was not the last time I checked. Let me check it right here, right now.
But I would really love to listen to it on Spotify. But even then, I really would always like in some time come back to like the actual performance video because I really love the performance. And this is like this performance has so much impact on this whole song that this is like still one of the best stages like of all Mnet shows, in my opinion. Like literally, this is so amazing. I really love the combination because I'm not just a vocal guy. I really like a performance dude as well. I really love to like. I'm so performance focused for those shows. So I would put like performance, like if it's a nice song and a really nice performance, they're like highly more like to be on my higher on my higher spots if I would rank them kinda. And so I don't know, like this is like just outstanding for me to how they could like show both of those so amazingly. Like this is like I don't know, this is like vocal performance, like the ballads in the all-rounder battle kinda, just added with an amazing performance. And this is like I don't know, this is I really need to point it out. It's freaking insane.
Of course you need to, because it's the best performance of this entire show. In my opinion. Until today, that did not, by the way, I didn't find it on Spotify.
Okay.
It's not there, unfortunately. Yeah, it's the best performance on Queendom Puzzle, in my opinion. And it impresses me so much because I just talked about the performance I've anticipated the most with If We Ever Meet Again, which I love. And yet, only one manages to beat it for me. Because maybe it is because it is not as perfect as If We Ever Meet Again. If We Ever Meet Again is, in my opinion, so close to perfection like nothing else can be. And Only One still has a certain roughness which makes it more interesting, which makes it more intriguing. And in combination with this entire mermaid, or at least underwater concept they went with there, it creates just a certain magic, I would say, that draws you in a lot with those super, despite being a vocal performance, with those super creative dance moves. Like I'm still thinking about the move where Zone basically played the shadow of Kay when she was lying on the ground. Kay was walking, and she was just connecting with her feet while she was walking along. That was such an impressive move to me, so creative. And the beginning, when they were lying there, holding their hands up, holding hands with each other, and doing those hand gestures and everything, just magical from beginning to the end. So yeah, I'm super curious to see if any performance that we will see in the next 2 episodes is going to be able to beat that one. Because I'm not sure. I honestly don't think they will be able to beat it. Because this has just both performance and song-wise just touched me really, really deeply, this entire performance. And yeah, the sound of Son's voice in combination with K's was just, oh my god. Outstanding, which makes it even sadder for me that Son isn't in the show anymore. But yeah, more sad things we will talk about later, guys. Don't worry. That wasn't the only dagger in my heart of this episode. Is there another thing you want to talk about, a highlight?
I would personally go away from performances now. I don't know if you want to add something to some performances now.
Then I will talk about one other performance. Which I can't do this pretty shortly, but I want to just remember all of you of Time of Our Lives. Because Time of Our Lives has created something that the fighting performance has already tried and already did pretty damn well. But my opinion, the Time of Our Lives performance raised to the absolute maximum, which is pure, raw, carefree entertainment. All of the girls on stage looked like they enjoyed this moment like no moment before in their lives. They bonded with the audience. The audience loved them, which was completely understandable. And this love, this passion, and this fun also carried over to over the screen, basically, to me sitting in front of the screen, which is really impressive to me. And the girls, this alone, this idea in the beginning with this frame, then with the selfie cam, all of those interactions, which you would which is classically not like a completely to the tense thought through choreography or something like this. That's just them enjoying the moment, and through that creating something much better than a perfectly executed choreography. They basically created a feeling on stage, which is something I really value and which impressed me a lot. And the more I am checking out this performance, the more I'm watching it, the more I love it, and the more I think that this should have been the one that should have won this round. And the next thing I want to talk about is not one performance in particular, but kind of like a general concept of Queendom, and that is the solo performances that we had in the first and second episode. Because I thought that the idea of having all of those girls there perform songs themselves to kind of showcase their own charms, to showcase what they can, is a really nice idea. It is, of course, nothing new for Mnet shows, but it is a concept that I overall really like. I kind of take away from that this entire ranking thing of I'm better than you, and you are better than me and stuff like this. This wasn't the biggest fan of, honestly, because I never felt like the way they have voted was really understandable. Sometimes they voted in a way was like, okay, I can kind of get behind why that happened, but most of the times they were votes that were just not understandable at all. Then they were just using it to like maybe downvote everyone to make themselves better and stuff like this. This from a technical, like from a strategic point of view, it's completely understandable. But I do question if this is something that really benefits this show. Of course, it benefits Mnet's drama, which is why this will never die. But this is an aspect which I would definitely 100% kick, but I would keep the solo performances. And hopefully, I don't know how much Mnet has actually to say about what songs the girls are performing there. I feel like they have to say much, much, much more than one will believe. I would love them to just perform whatever they want and showcase maybe their favorite songs, the songs they are the most comfortable in. This is a concept I really like, and this is a concept I hope will continue. Now you can.
Thanks. Yeah, definitely. I want to add to this. That's really, really something I like as much. Yeah, as well. Like very, very much. Maybe we are getting this in some other show that's maybe nearer than potentially Queendom Puzzle 2, right? But yeah, let's see. What I want to talk about now would be like highlights in terms of participants. I would make it very quick for myself. And I'm doing it very roughly, and then maybe you can like do your version of it or kind of something about it. Overall, I'm very, very, very like happy with the cast we got. That was something I was really looking forward to because I'm a simp for some of them for sure.
Didn't
out of some
realize
reasons,
that at all.
and like, ooh, and like I'm even like a huge fan out of Rocket Punch and stuff. So like there were so many aspects of participants where I was such a big fan of, and then there were some where I was like, okay, I don't really know them or something, but like for most most of the part of the participants, I was really knowing them very well, and knowing their content as well and stuff, and so I was really looking forward to it. And I have to say, I'm very, very, very like happy about many participants what they could show there. So to make a little highlight a section out of this, would I like mention first Jiwoo? I really like how Jiwoo kind of showed growth in like this show. She really like you could really see like from the beginning that she is not like very like yeah, the best singer or the best dancer or something, the best performer maybe, and that she really like has like space to learn. But I can really see how she yeah, improves through all the performances until like the all-rounder performance where she really like got an emotional song and could, in my opinion, show something very, very new of her, and could show as well like yeah, a new side of her vocal skills as well, and that was very, very nice. Besides the fact that we got Key's wife game once again, I guess that's just a given in every show, like survival show she's
Kay's
attending.
the biggest womanizer of all time.
Yeah, that's amazing. Of course, like this is like definitely one of my highlights because it's just she being herself and not really caring about how Mnet like will portray it or something, and she's just being herself as well, like in terms of yeah, to the other girls, to the other participants. I really like just how open she is in that regard, and it's super, super amazing to see her always like that. But yeah, I just have to say, I don't really saw that much new of her, but she showed once again why she just is one of the best vocals in this industry, because she is such an amazing singer with so much skills, with so much confidence, like when it comes to singing, and she works so hard on all like performances. It's amazing. Like she is really outstanding in my opinion, and for me, somehow a safe bet that she has to do it somehow in like the top 7.
Don't say it. Don't say safe bet. Don't freaking say safe bet.
At least for me.
You're making me lose.
Must...
You're just making me lose more. I've already lost so much.
I know what you mean. So yeah, she is literally, in my opinion, a highlight. I really want to point out as well, we saw, cause that was like, I was not really familiar with Heike at all. So we saw an arena where like literally kinda a new approach to me, very fresh approach. And yeah, besides the fact that both of them really made me getting in love like with their passion they have on like the performances and even their skills. I kind of think both of them are very well all-rounder kinda, because they, I don't know, I guess like both of them are really like at least above average in like dancing, going to rap, or even like just vocals. Both of them are so amazing. And that was something like a bit like surprising in terms of that I really didn't know them before. And like for like Riso, I lost it completely like from the beginning with like her tomboy performance. It was so amazing. She's like doing so many things, like I don't know, like dance wise, she is super surprising. And even her rap she did for like shutdown performance was so cool.
Yeah, Riso's basically a main for every position. Honestly.
Somehow, yeah, for sure. So when she like was rising to the top 7, I was like, yes, that's what she deserved. And that's something I kind of saw for my own as well. I did not really knew her before, and Heike is not that big of a group. So that Riso kind of could do it to the top 7 between people like Yeon, Kei, and Yodom is so amazing. Like, this has to be just out of the fact that she really got love and votes through the performances, through her performance, her doing in the performances. And that's for me such a highlight, how she really performed there overall. Really stood out in my opinion. And yeah, something as well. I want to point out Yoni, because Yoni from Rocket Punch is someone I really know as someone who's not rapping. She's she's doing vocal stuff or dancing in Rocket Punch most of the time.
Not anymore. From this point on, she will only rap, dude.
Yeah, somehow she accidentally got into like the moment where she is going to rap. I guess she rapped in like the Dum Dum performance, like this one part. She was rapping in Charismatic and so on. Continuing Weekend and Glow Up. She was just doing the raps, and I was like, holy shit, what is going on with her? And that's a highlight for me as well, because I really love it to see like different sides of people, and that she kind of just was sneaking all the raps. That's like I don't know, like this is as example, I don't know, imagine Kay would just decide to just rap for like a whole show or something, to show something new. That's just a new approach, and I really like it that she was like going dead ham on that topic. Really wanted to point it out. Such an amazing decision. And yeah, I guess I can point out for myself as well that I really loved Chian in this show as well. I guess she really shined in many performances. When she got like the center position, I was often very captivated by her. I really liked it. And yeah, I guess she could show her strength there very well. Let me think about it. Bora, as always, of course, since the freaking first performance. Outstanding vocal, where I always think, why is she not getting the treatment she deserves for her vocal skills and even her entertaining skills, which we saw like especially in the last episode. But I really want to point her out as well because she was really, really entertaining in so many episodes. I really loved her. Yeah, and I guess that was overall like just based on highlights I wanted to point out. Of course, I'm simping for many more. I'm simping for Nana as well, but I know Nana is like definitely for me one of the favorites in the show. She's doing amazingly in my opinion. It's really standing out when she is in a performance. She can kind of achieve it. Just as an Hua somehow to captivate the eyes on her when she's in the center. As we already talked about it in the last episode. So yeah. Really, really want to. I guess she might be, if I have to pick like the number one, I guess it would be Nana for me.
That is shocking.
That is shocking.
Can't believe that you said that just now. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, that were the highlights of the people I wanted to point out.
To avoid doubles and like the obvious, I will not simp again for K. I've done that enough. I will not simp for Bora anymore. I've done that enough. But yes, those two. Rest in peace, Son. She is definitely a gem that I discovered. I know weekly, but that I would say rediscovered. Because in weekly she never really stood out that much for me personally. But here in Queendom, I completely fell in love with her voice, with her entire character, with her way of being, with her way of performing, has always been absolute delight to look at. And the voice, the freaking voice. It's such a shame that this will not be part of the final top 7. And it's even more a shame that I don't know when it's going to be heard in weekly again, like ever. Because who knows what the hell is happening with weekly? I have no clue. So Son is really tragic for me. That she got kicked out, but I truly hope that this was not the last time I have heard from her, because I really fell in love with her and everything about her, and it would be a shame to let this fresh love that just started to blossom, if it would just fade away again. This can't be happening. So I need something to happen there desperately. Another person I want to point out that you completely ignored, which hurts me deep in my heart, is Ellie. Because Ellie has delivered in absolutely every performance she has been in. And she was, at times at least, now able to actually showcase her actual talents. The problem is in Wiki Mickey, you don't see her that often, like when it comes to performances and stuff like this. She's not that present there. She's not standing out much in Wiki Mickey, which is unfortunate. She does when you watch Variety with Wiki Mickey. Like, everyone who hasn't seen Wiki Mickey Mohair, watch it. The one variety show Wiki Mickey got for themselves. Watch it.
Amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. And Ellie was so great that you can't help but fall in love with her when you see her there. And she has shown so much of her potential, of both of dancing, of rapping in a way at times, but most importantly, her voice. She is such a good singer. She can sing so many different genres, so many different styles, if you only allow her to do so. She can do so much, and if you would actually allow her to actually showcase her variety side and her variety sense, you would get so much more of this ray of sunshine that Ellie just is. And I bet everything I have that Ellie, if everyone would actually see how amazing she is, she would be in the top 7, no questions asked. And let me go through the candidates. Then I guess there's only one more thing I want to mention. But since I don't want to be like Mnet and repeat everything that has already been said, I'll take a slightly different turn. Huiso and Rina. Obviously, you already talked enough about how well they're both doing, how well they're establishing themselves, about their great voices, about their great dancing, about their stage charisma, I want to say, how they take every concept that they get and turn it into their own, how they might really dominate each concept. Completely in love with it, but the point I want to point out there is that through this, I actually found a big love, kind of, because through Rina and Huiso, I started to get more into Heike in general, into this entire group. And without those two, I would have, or at least not for a long time, probably, would have given Heike so much interest as I have given in the past few weeks. During my time where I had like insomnia, where I wasn't able to sleep at all, I binge watched everything that I could find about Heike. And didn't regret one freaking second. This was like the one time where I was happy that I essentially have these insomnia phases, because I had the time to actually dive into them. And what an amazing group this is, with ZOE and Yell too, the other two members. Absolutely outstanding group. Great music, amazing B-sides also. And this is probably, like, no matter what happens in the next 2 episodes, like, this is something that Mnet can't take away from me anymore. The new love that I have found here. So I have at least this going for me in Queendom Puzzle. And this is something I really, I'm thankful for Queendom and this entire show. Because otherwise, I don't know if it would have happened. Because I remember when I first checked out, like, their debut, A Flatty Girl, wasn't a big fan. Run was a fucking big fan, but of the song, I just listened to the song over and over and over and over again, and did not jump into Heike in general because I still had A Flatty Girl in my head, where I had like this memory, and I didn't really like it. So rest is probably like that. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. So I'm really happy that those two managed to capture me. Like, from the very first episode, like, I instantly fell in love with Rina. And the second episode, when we actually got to see Huiso, fell in love with her. And then that was it, basically. So, yeah. That is, honestly, I would even dare to say my absolute highlight of Queendom Puzzle is Heike. In general. Do you want to...
Acceptable.
Do you want to state another highlight, or are you done?
I'm done so far. I mean, we'll go through like some people even more like later on, right? That's why I don't think I have that much highlights overall. I just think that Queendom Puzzle itself is once again a highlight, because you were complimenting Mnet once, and I want to compliment Mnet once again as well. Mnet just knows how to do overall the best survival shows that basically exist. And that's something we have to praise, because without Mnet, we wouldn't have them. All of them, right? And we always know if Mnet is coming up with a new like survival show, we most likely will watch this. And of course, we have to criticize things, but we are watching them. Why? Because they are so freaking good and giving especially now like with Queendom and stuff, girls especially, like, or some like boys as well, the like possibility to do better or to do anything at all, to show themselves and to give us as a like consumer, amazing content that I really enjoy. And some people do rankings about it, and some crazy heads even do podcasts about it.
Low lives. Yeah. This is really something that one can say, that like you just have to compare an Mnet survival show with any other survival show that's out there. Because most of them are pretty damn bad, honestly. Like boring and badly structured, with a lot of length in between. Of course, Mnet shows also have these, like, this episode is the best example. But overall, the quality, this is, as much as I hate how snaky Mnet is, have to admit that the quality of the shows that Mnet is producing is always top tier and really overshadows everything else that is happening in Queendom. You really have to come up with a creative idea to go against this, like, for example, Reverse, which is a show I really would tell all of you to watch it. If you haven't seen it, check out Reverse. It's a highly creative concept with this entire VR theme. It's really creative and fun to watch. Super fun to watch. And you even meet some of the girls from here in the show. So go there, check that out too. But overall, if I compare it with other shows that I'm like also like watching at the moment, at least from time to time, Mnet shows are so far in front of them. That's almost sad at times, watching the others, honestly. Now, that we finished our own little highlight segment, let's come to the ending of episode 8, and that is a bit surprising interim result reveal. And that one is quite interesting because we got three different rankings, basically. And I would say let's do it exactly, not almost like Mnet. Let's first go with the top 8 to 15. Like the ones that currently, based on the votings and points that were in the moment the episode aired, in the safe space for next week. Because you have to know that next week 7 members will get kicked. And in this episode we got a little glimpse at who it would be in this very moment. And who would be safe right now are Dowa, Suyun, Ellie, Wooyeon, Judy, Jiwoo, and Jihan. Now, what do you think about those that managed to barely save themselves?
Well, we have to mention the failure in this, that Ellie is not in the top 7 in that case.
That's true, but we also have to manage the win that she isn't in the elimination candidates. But yeah, she should be higher. She still should be higher, guys.
Right. On the other hand, she is in the final round candidates with, let me think about it, but she was as well in the losing team, right?
Yeah.
It was in the losing team.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a chance if she's like winning a round or something to get higher up even. So there are people who are voting them, or it's just our votes. Who knows how much like Mnet is giving a worth to it. Overall, I guess the final round candidates overall are most likely, I guess, in my opinion, not that surprising. Jiwoo, actually, for me, a bit surprising. I'm happy, though, about it, because we know Triple S. But on the other hand, I guess Jiwoo really got a a bit served by Mnet, what's like based on screen time and stuff. So maybe she could like get more people from that. But yeah, overall, I think that's like very, very decent candidate selection, I would say.
What's interesting about it is that Jihan dropped out of the top 7.
True.
She has been in the last episode in the top 7, and right now she is not. She's only, you know, in the final round candidates, which is, I would say, interesting, definitely.
Yeah, sure.
So there wasn't that big of a gap there. And yeah, I would say then let's do it exactly the way Mnet always does. Let's first go to the ones that are winning and later cry about. So that everyone is like leaving with a sad feeling in their bellies. The current top 7 are Nana, Yodom, Yeonhee, Yin, Yuki, Kay, and Huiso, which means that Jihan got kicked out by Yeonhee. So I guess I'll just for a second lie back and let you zimp for a bit, because I don't know why, but I just feel like there's going to be a bit of simping right now.
That's just not fair. I'm just about the facts here.
Yeah, sure, take your time.
So, Yeonhee just kicked out Jihan in some way. That could mean obviously that maybe Jihan was like on the lower side of the top 7, maybe, and maybe Yeonhee was even like on the upper side, like of the final round candidates before. Like I would say some more.
I mean,
low,
makes sense
7.
that they were like position 7 and 8 respectively. Something like this, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which means Yuki might not be 7 or even higher. So Yuki really, I don't know where she's like. She's getting it.
Yuki's just exploding. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm happy about it.
For sure. But yeah, and seeing Yeonhee there is very, very, very. I really love it, obviously. But it's a bit like I can see it. I can see it in a way because she is a target of Mnet, I would say. Like even like she got a bit of treatment of Nana, I guess. That like Mnet is really cutting much with Nana, and I would say Mnet is really cutting that much with Yeonhee as well.
Yeah, she had a shitload of screen time, definitely.
Yeah, and often like even where Yeonhee was showing her a bit more like like just I would say kind of serious side of her, kind of like just talking how she feels, right? And I guess maybe people like really liked her in that regard. And yeah, overall I have to say, of course, if we like look at Yeonhee, Nana, Yin, and Kay being there in the top 7, and even we saw, but it's such an amazing top 7. We will come to my votes later on, but when I look at this this is like most of them I have put there on the top right now.
At least for one of us.
Yeah, and I even have put on like for the most of the time the last votes even. That's new. I don't know this feeling. Basically, most of the time, the people that I really like want to be on top are not that likely to go into the group. But I have to say, I mean, this time I was like simping with like the people that gets simping the easiest, I guess. Especially like with Nana, I really loved that you wrote Nana the first here. I mean, you just copied it from Mnet, but I don't care. You just wrote Nana here the first, and that's something
Who said I copied it? I did it with a happy thought in my heart. Why can't you accept
maybe
that? Maybe I'm just a nice person.
So you're simping as well. Okay. That's good. We take those. But no, I'm If, like, I can say if this top 7 would be going out like this, I would be mad because Ellie is not in this. But if we somehow put Ellie into this, I would be most of the time very happy about it. Of course, that means someone has to leave. But as I said at the beginning, guys, and I want to tell you guys once more, I have anyway too much people I want to have in the top 7. So I don't know, like, put Ellie for someone else there, and it would be still such an amazing top 7 as I would like wish to have. I'm super satisfied with it right now, and many people are as well. That's the first for me in a show, but I guess I'm just on the simping side. And it feels good this time. It feels so good.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same thing. For me, it just continues the way it always continues with survival shows for me. Somehow, I'm not on the lucky side here. But, yeah, I mean, the good thing about Queendom Puzzle is, and those girls that we see here, you can't put anyone bad like in the top 7. Like they're all great, and they definitely would all deserve to be there. And this is a top 7 I can absolutely like accept. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm especially happy, obviously, about Kay and Wiso here. I'm anxious. I hope that they stay up there. I hope that they don't get kicked like right in front of the finish line. That would be really, that would be so my life. So I'm not until the freaking second the last top 7 member was announced and they are in there. I'm not keeping my hopes up here for anything. I don't want to get hurt again by you, Mnet. Not again. Has happened too many times. But yeah, Yeonhee, in some way surprising, in some way absolutely not. Because as we already said, the screen time she has is actually insane. If you compare that to other members, she's dominating this show a lot when it comes to screen time. So it makes sense that a lot of people pick interest in her. I'm curious to see if this will like carry over. Because I could imagine that the gap she has to others in the final round candidates, at least, is not that big. It's probably pretty slim, especially if you think about the last round. Yeonhee didn't get 20,000 points there, so could be dangerous, definitely. But we will see how that continues in the next week. But there are some people where I'm like, I don't see any problem with them being a top 7. And those 3, honestly, are Nana, Yeodom, Yeon. Like, I like Yeodom alone with the fan base. This is I just don't see it. I don't see her drop out there like at all. Yeon also, like, she's such a prominent figure in the top 7. I can imagine her dropping out. And Nana, I mean, Nana's just continuing to do the same shit that she's doing in Vua. She's just overshadowing everything. And with that, getting all the votes. So I don't see her dropping there out either. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. Of course, everything can change, but for those 3, I'm pretty damn sure they will stay there. But we will see. But guys, now we come to the candidates, where I have to talk to you with all of you. I wouldn't say I'm mad at you all, but I'm gravely disappointed. Because if I look at the first member that I wrote down here for the elimination candidates, it's Rina. And I just want to know, why do you all hate her? It's just a question I have. I hope, of course, that in the week that you had when this episode was released and you saw her in the elimination candidates, that you realized your mistakes and you corrected them with voting for her. Because when this episode here releases, there's only 1 day left. So I hope that you already realized how terribly wrong all of your votes have been and that you corrected them. Because otherwise you will see a really different person in the next podcast sitting here. Okay, the other elimination candidates besides Rina. Let's get serious again. I have been serious the whole time. Mido, Bora, Sujin, ZOA, Jiwon, and Faye. And seriously, what the fuck is going on here? Rina aside, okay? Bora and Jiwon? What the fuck? What is it with Mnet shows and Cherry Bullet? Why is it that
Cherry Bullet curse.
especially Bora, is seriously? I said it, I think, in the very first, even in episode 0, I think I said it. It's the same shit over and over again. Bora is always the fucking best in every survival show she's in, and she's always getting booted out. I don't get it. I don't get what this world hates about Bora so much. What the hell does she do to you all? What's she doing? Or is it rigging? I'm at a point where I can't accept anything than rigging anymore. Because for fuck's sake, Bora, this can't be serious. She's fighting so hard. She's delivering so hard. Like, the voice she has. You can't tell me that you don't want this voice in the frickin' top 7. What's going on? You can talk.
Okay. Yeah, like, it's, I don't know, like, especially, like, with Bora and Jiwon, like, Jiwon is so, like, I don't know, she has so much center potential, like, and I guess often, like, those people who kind of have those center aura, I would say, even are very likely to get picked, right? Because they are just, like, very, like, captivating to people, but, and yeah, I don't know. I think she did very well, and like even got the performances where she could shine with like the most and the best. And still, somehow people hate her.
For Jiwon, I feel like the reason why she's so low, that's the only explanation I have, is that she is too close to Nana. In a way. Mm-hmm. From the way she is on stage, you know? They have a similar position, I would say, those two. And that's the only explanation I have, that then the people see Nana and Jiwon, and then they're like leaning more towards Nana. That's the only explanation I have, that Jiwon is so far down. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense in my opinion. And yeah, besides that, Weekly seems to get rid of, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Even Jian, maybe. Like, maybe she's going to be the last survivor. Maybe she even drops lower. Who knows, right?
I mean, if Jihan would drop out, that would be sick. I don't think that she will fall. I think Jihan will be in the final candidates. But yeah,
someone has to go for Rina. Someone has to go. Nico, you need to like.
Oh, we're going. Okay, I am ready to kill.
And it's not Jiwoo.
No, but yeah, this is really. I really have to say I don't see Jihan going. But yeah, Sujin and ZOA. The thing here is also like, you don't see them much, honestly. Of course, you had now maybe this episode today with the narration saved ZOA. I don't know. Maybe she got a lot of new fans through it. But otherwise, if she doesn't get like maybe in the semifinal a big ass point boost with the performances that we're going to have there, then I feel like they're going to drop. Like,
Yeah.
same
guess, like,
face, same Miru, unfortunately.
Yeah. I guess like this time, I don't know about you, but I guess this time it will be very, very interesting if like we are like sitting next week here watching the performances and literally like considering thinking about okay, which team has to win. Cause points seem to be not that unnecessary
I mean,
this time.
I
Because
can.
most of the times it's like
No, say, yeah, speak.
like most of the time it's like when we watch those survivor shows, it doesn't care who win like the performances or who is doing which performance or something like that. It's just for like pushing the votes. Yeah. But this time, like, it feels like a bit at least that the points you kind of get through like the rounds can matter. At least it feels like. I don't know how it is after like the vote storm we have right now, because this is a whole another level, because we are like voting now on a daily base.
Yeah.
That's holy shit different. But I still think this can impact, especially for final round candidates and elimination candidates. So yeah, I will be sitting here and think about like, okay, this might be the best performance, but
I won't give a
for the
shit
sake
about
of
the
God.
best performance next week. I won't give a shit. I will be sitting there checking
Yeah.
this member, you have to win. I don't care about anything
Exactly.
else. That's for sure. Yeah.
So that will be interesting to see like the ranking of the performances next week.
Yeah,
Very,
even
very
though,
interesting.
I mean, when we're talking about it, the kills will already have happened. So we will probably be able to talk about the quality too. With a heavy heart, maybe? But, yeah. I can, this I can definitely say. I see myself sitting here next week, being maybe not in the best mood I've ever been in my life. Despite being
Yeah.
despite this being my vacation week. It won't be a happy one. Right now, I feel like really won't be a happy one.
Oh my goodness! I just realized I'm at a friend's house. Jesus, and if we are watching, oh no, this will be a mess. If my true self comes out, oof, this will be. This will be different.
I can only hope that whatever happens, that like the high I get from the Odd Eye Circle concert carries over to the days. It carries me
Carries
over.
over. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. By the way, the concert is today. If you guys listening to this, has been amazing.
Exactly.
Probably. Okay.
Probably.
Once again, the top 7, the current top 7 are Nana, Yodom, Yoni, Yin, Yuki, K, Wiso. The final round candidates are Dowa, Suyun, Ellie, Wooyeon, Judy, Jiwoo, and Jihan. And the elimination candidates are Rina, Miru, Boda, Suchin, Soa, Chibon, and Faye. But since these top 7 don't matter at all, let's come to the top 7 that actually matter, and that's ours. Our top 7. Now I'm asking you the same questions I always ask you. How do your top 7 look like, and did they change? In this episode. Did this episode completely change your mind about your top 7?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just got so much more in love with Nana, Ellie, Ian, Kay, Riso, Jiwoo, and Rina, of course. So I guess the only thing that really changed was Rina there, cause she is in like the elimination candidates, and I had like a kind of wanky position, and I got totally not threatened. It's 100% my opinion, and so I decided to save Rina, or to have like the hope that this might save her. And I got totally not threatened, so this is my total sincere voting. So if you like see this with like the top 7, it's right now, it's very, very like even. Yeah, pretty much just like maybe Yoni and Jiwoo is in it. Yoni is not in it. Yuki is not in it, but dafür Eddie and Yorum is not in it for that case, kind arena. So those are the 3. But I have like 4 people that are, right now in the top 7. So let's see how this is going.
I am proud that I threatened you. Rena, if you're listening to this, I did, and I will continue to do so. I'll get you into the freaking final candidate lineup. Okay, no, but yeah, my top 7 is equally unshocking and unchanged, honestly. I have Rena, Miru, Bora, Ellie, Yuki, Kei, and Wiso. And nothing changed at all for me. So to summarize, how many of my top 7 are currently dying? 3. To summarize, how many of my top 7 are actually in the top 7 right now? 3. And then there's Ellie, who's like in the nirvana in between, kind of. But yeah, maybe you see now, with 3 of my top 7 being in the elimination candidates, why I am disappointed in all of humanity in this very moment. So let's all work hard. Fuck that shit. It's already over with the voting. I hope you all worked hard. I'm constantly forgetting that this is getting released on Monday. Oh. Guys, don't leave me hanging here. Don't leave me hanging. Yeah, that's my top 7, my sad top 7. Guys, let us know your top 7 in the comments below. Is it maybe even sadder than mine? Or maybe you have exactly the current top 7 voted for yourself and you're just over the moon. Let us know in the comments below. And yeah, guys, that was it with today's episode. I really hope that we were able to, in case you also thought about episode 8 as badly as we did, that we were able to kind of make it better in some way, to make this entire experience of episode 8 more entertaining. I truly hope we did it. We definitely talked longer than the episode is, which is a plus, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, let us know your opinion about it in the comments below. And next week, guys, it's gonna get wild. It's gonna get wild because 7 will drop. We will get the semi-finale performances. We will get the freaking last episode before the finale. So, guys, get ready. It's getting serious right now. And yeah, I hope you're tuning in to the Grumpy Next Week episode of the AyoGG podcast. Episode 8, same day, same time as always. So thank you so much for your attention and bye.
3 hours incoming. Bye.
At least.